Welcome back, adventurers. Today we're diving into the delectable world of Delicious in Dungeon, also known as Dungeon Meal in Japan. This beloved manga series by Ryoko Kui has captured the hearts and stomachs of readers, and now it's brought to life in a fantastic anime adaptation. Produced by the renowned studio Trigger, the anime is helmed by director Yoshihiro Miyajima, with scripts crafted by Kimiko Ueno, character designs by Naoki Takeda, and a captivating score composed by Yasunori Mitsuda and Shunsuke Tsuchiya. Delicious in Dungeon follows the thrilling and mouth-watering adventures of a group of adventurers who, after a disastrous encounter in a dungeon, decide to sustain themselves by cooking and eating the various monsters they encounter. Our protagonist, Laios, leads his party with the unique goal of culinary survival in a perilous labyrinth. Each episode promises not only epic battles and exciting quests, but also innovative and tantalizing recipes that blend fantasy with gourmet cooking. Join us as we explore the intricate details of this anime, from its richly designed characters and lush animation to the unique fusion of dungeon crawling and culinary creativity that sets it apart from other fantasy series. Whether you're a fan of the manga or new to the world of Delicious in Dungeon, this video is sure to whet your appetite for adventure and cuisine. So, grab your adventuring gear and get ready to feast your eyes on the deliciously entertaining world of Delicious in Dungeon. The anime kicks off with a bang, introducing us to a skilled party of adventurers who quickly find themselves in over their heads against a formidable red dragon. Despite their capabilities, they are severely malnourished, leading to costly mistakes in battle. Our hero, Laios, watches in horror as his sister Fallen is devoured by the dragon. In a last act of bravery and desperation, Fallen uses the remainder of her magical strength to teleport her comrades back to the safety of the overworld. Not exactly your typical heartwarming start, but hang in there. Things are about to get deliciously interesting. In this fantastical world, resurrection is more than just a myth. It's a viable option. The remaining party members, fueled by hope and hunger, devise a daring plan. They must venture back into the dungeon, defeat the dragon, and rescue Fallen before she is fully digested. Time is of the essence, but luckily for them, dragons in this world are more inclined to hibernate than to speed digest their meals. This gives them a window of weeks, maybe even months, to embark on their quest. Laios and his party have seen resurrection magic work before. Members of their group have been brought back from the brink in previous adventures. This isn't their first dance with death, but it's certainly the most high stakes. As they steel themselves for the journey, the group faces a new dilemma: how to sustain themselves in the dungeon long enough to save Fallen. The major problem? They lack supplies. Teleported back with only the gear they were wearing, most of their treasure and provisions are still deep in the dungeon. They can't afford to buy food. Laios has always had a curious, if off-putting, desire to try eating the monsters they kill, to the disgust of his fellow party members. Now, it seems like they have no other choice. They're clueless about how to prepare or cook these monsters. So it's fortunate they encounter a dwarf whose life's passion is transforming dungeon denizens into gourmet meals. The result is akin to a really good Dungeons & Dragons session, with each character boasting a specialized skill set and a unique, strong personality. Laios is a book-smart human warrior with a penchant for culinary curiosity. Chilchuck, the halfling rogue, is adept at trap-finding and sneaking about. Marcille, the overly cautious yet powerful elf mage, brings her own flair to the mix. Then there's Senshi, our headstrong dwarf chef whose enthusiasm for cooking dungeon creatures adds a delightful twist to their quest. Laios and his party, armed with Senshi's culinary expertise, turn their survival mission into a gastronomic adventure. Each monster they encounter is not just a threat, but a potential meal. From basilisk steaks to slime soups, the inventive recipes they concoct add a mouth-watering dimension to their journey. The humor and creativity in these scenes are complemented by the detailed and delectable animation, making each dish look tantalizingly real. The character dynamics are as engaging as the culinary exploits. Laios' insatiable curiosity, Marcille's initial reluctance, turning into gradual acceptance, Chilchuck's pragmatic approach, and Senshi's unwavering passion for cooking create a compelling narrative. Their interactions are filled with humor camaraderie, and occasional bickering, making them relatable and endearing. In Delicious in Dungeon, the stakes are high, but so is the fun. The series masterfully blends action, comedy, and food in a way that feels fresh and exciting. It's not just about surviving the dungeon, it's about making the best out of every situation, even if it means turning your enemy into your next meal. So, join Laios and his quirky party as they embark on this unique culinary quest, one monster at a time. The adventures are perfectly fine. Delving into a dungeon might seem like familiar territory if you watch anime regularly, but here, the adventures aren't the main attraction. The cooking is. Yes, there are action scenes, but the true set pieces are the cooking segments themselves. Senshi meticulously breaks down how to safely prepare, combine, and cook meats, possibly conscious vegetables, and fungi that you will never have a chance to eat yourself, since they're all part of this fantastical world. This might seem silly, but it comes across as utterly delectable. Cooking anime has become a bit of a mini-genre in itself, with one of the better examples being last year's utterly charming Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. Yet while that show was essentially about a protagonist acclimating to a new world and keeping some very unique pets fed, Delicious in Dungeon isn't an isekai. Its characters were born and raised in this world, making them intimately familiar with its workings. They're high-level adventurers without particularly unique powers compared to the next set of dungeon delvers, except for Senshi's unparalleled expertise in cooking up monsters. Unlike Campfire Cooking, which uses cooking as a vehicle to progress the adventure, Delicious in Dungeon dives deep into world-building through its culinary exploits. The cooking segments aren't just about feeding the party, they're about understanding the world around them. Each dish opens up lessons about the dungeon's ecology, the food chains, and the broader ecosystem within this massive, cursed, underground castle. Imagine learning about the preferred habitats of various dungeon creatures, their dietary needs, and their role in the ecosystem, all while watching Laios and his team prepare mouth-watering dishes. Senshi's culinary skills aren't just about survival, they're a lens through which we explore the dungeon's intricate and fascinating world. This approach adds a unique layer of depth to the show, making it as informative as it is entertaining. The characters themselves add another layer of charm. Laios' insatiable curiosity about monster cuisine, Marcille's initial reluctance turning into an almost scholarly interest, Chilchuk's practical approach, and Senshi's boundless enthusiasm for cooking create a dynamic and engaging group. Their interactions are filled with humor, camaraderie, and occasional bickering, making them relatable and endearing. Delicious in Dungeon isn't just about the thrill of adventure, it's about making the best of every situation, even if it means turning your enemy into your next meal. So, join Laios and his quirky party as they embark on this unique culinary quest, one monster at a time. The combination of detailed cooking instructions, fascinating world building, and character dynamics make this series a must-watch for fans of both fantasy and food. The animation in Delicious in Dungeon is a fascinating blend of old-fashioned and modern styles. While it embraces the sleek framing and dynamic editing typical of contemporary anime, there's a nostalgic nod to the 70s and 80s in the character design. Facial features and expressive details are reminiscent of classic animation, while vibrant pops of color accentuate the visual depth of each scene, making the world feel both familiar and comforting. One of the standout aspects of the animation is the incredible attention to how shadows color the space and the characters within it. Even in brightly lit scenes, you'll notice the nuanced shading on clothing and skin where the light doesn't reach directly. The slight recesses of eyes, the curves of noses, and the folds of clothing all catch subtle shadows that add a rich sense of depth and realism to the animation. This meticulous attention to shading and lighting makes the characters and their environments feel more three-dimensional and immersive. The character designs, with their classically cartoonish hints, are perfectly complemented by these shading techniques. The deliberate choices in shading and the strategic use of color pops not only enhance the visual appeal, but also ground the characters in their fantastical settings. This level of detail creates a seamless blend of whimsy and realism, making the fantasy world of Delicious in Dungeon feel palpably real as the characters navigate through it. As the adventurers delve deeper into the dungeon, the animation continues to shine, bringing to life the myriad of monsters and the intricacies of dungeon ecosystems. The way the animators handle the transition from action-packed battles to the serene, almost reverent cooking scenes is nothing short of masterful. Each dish prepared by Senshi is animated with such care and detail that you can almost smell the savory aromas wafting off the screen. The juxtaposition of the gritty dungeon exploration with the warm, inviting food scenes adds a unique charm to the series. Trigger's signature style is evident throughout the series, from the fluidity of the action sequences to the expressive character animations. The blend of old and new animation techniques not only pays homage to the anime's roots, but also pushes the boundaries of what modern animation can achieve. This thoughtful approach to animation ensures that Delicious in Dungeon stands out in the crowded field of fantasy anime. So, whether you're a fan of classic anime or a lover of modern animation, Delicious in Dungeon offers a visual feast that's sure to captivate. The seamless integration of nostalgic design elements with cutting-edge animation techniques makes for a viewing experience that's both comforting and exhilarating. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the many layers of this delightful series, from its rich animation to its compelling characters and mouth-watering culinary adventures. Delicious in Dungeon is a laugh riot, and its humor is a key ingredient that adds flavor to the series. Unlike high-octane comedies like Love is War or Spy X Family, the humor here is more subtle and situational, making it a perfect complement to the show's adventurous and culinary themes. The physical comedy is spot on, often stemming from the absurdity of the adventurers' predicaments. Imagine our heroes encountering a massive mushroom monster, only to have Senshi excitedly describe how to turn it into a delectable stew, while everyone else looks on in disbelief. The characters' reactions to the strange and often gross ingredients they must cook and eat are priceless, with perfectly timed shots capturing their horror, curiosity, or delight. Laios, our book-smart warrior, frequently gets lost in his culinary fantasies, imagining the potential dishes he could create from the monsters they encounter. His enthusiasm is infectious, and his teammates' bemused or horrified reactions provide a steady stream of chuckles. Marcille, the overly cautious elf mage, often finds herself at odds with Laios' adventurous palate, leading to some delightful banter and comic misunderstandings. Chilchuk, the halfling rogue, brings his own brand of dry humor, often serving as the voice of reason amidst the culinary chaos. His practical concerns about the group's safety and survival add a grounded, realistic counterpoint to the more fantastical elements of the show. Senshi, the headstrong dwarf chef, is a constant source of amusement with his unwavering dedication to dungeon cuisine. His serious demeanor contrasts hilariously with the bizarre dishes he concocts, making him a standout character. The show's humor doesn't rely solely on dialogue and character interactions. The visual gags and reaction shots are expertly crafted, adding an extra layer of comedy. Whether it's a perfectly timed facepalm from Marcille or a deadpan stare from Chilchuk, the visual humor keeps the pace light and engaging. Even the monsters themselves get in on the fun, with some displaying unexpectedly comedic traits that make them memorable beyond their role as ingredients. While the show doesn't maintain the frenetic pace of a dedicated comedy, its humor is consistent and charming. It's more of a gentle simmer than a rolling boil, providing a steady stream of smiles and chuckles that enhance the overall experience. The comedic moments serve to balance the tension of dungeon exploration and the excitement of culinary discovery, creating a harmonious blend that keeps viewers entertained from start to finish. In addition to its humor, Delicious in Dungeon excels at world building through its unique premise. The series delves into the ecology and culture of the dungeon, with each episode revealing new facets of this underground world. The detailed explanations of how to prepare and cook various dungeon creatures not only add to the realism, but also enrich the story. The show's ability to seamlessly integrate these elements into its narrative is a testament to its clever writing and thoughtful direction. As we journey deeper into the dungeon with Laios and his party, we're treated to a feast of both visual and comedic delights. The series' ability to blend humor with adventure and gastronomy makes it a standout in the fantasy genre. So, whether you're here for the laughs, the action, or the mouth-watering food, Delicious in Dungeon has something for everyone. Delicious in Dungeon is Studio Trigger's follow-up to Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and the two shows couldn't feel more different. Edgerunners was a raw, emotional roller coaster, a tragic descent into the grim reality of a cyberpunk dystopia. It left viewers with a sense of heartbreak and finality, a poignant reminder of the irreversible losses we face. In stark contrast, Delicious in Dungeon is an uplifting romp through a fantastical world filled with wacky, dysfunctional RPG party antics and mouth-watering culinary adventures. The mission to rescue Fallen is driven by the hope of reversing a loss, because in this magical world, resurrection is possible. The show is a delightful blend of high fantasy and gourmet escapades, providing a refreshing palate cleanser after the emotional intensity of Edgerunners. Studio Trigger's ability to pivot from the melancholic depths of Edgerunners to the lighthearted fun of Delicious in Dungeon is a testament to their versatility. They've always been known for their eclectic range, effortlessly bouncing between sweet, violent, affirming, and depressing tones, sometimes all within a single series. Their knack for blending diverse genres and emotions keeps viewers on their toes, never quite knowing what to expect next. Despite being a smaller, less prolific studio, Trigger consistently stands out in the anime industry. Their projects, though fewer in number, often leave a significant impact, showcasing a level of creativity and innovation that rivals larger studios. Their ability to deliver high-quality animation, engaging storytelling, and memorable characters across various genres is what sets them apart. In Delicious in Dungeon, this talent for adaptability shines through. The show's animation is a perfect blend of old-fashioned charm and modern flair, capturing the whimsical essence of the dungeon while also bringing the culinary creations to life in vivid detail. Each dish prepared by Senshi looks tantalizingly real, with the animation highlighting the textures, colors, and aromas that make the food scenes so captivating. The characters' expressive designs and the detailed backgrounds add to the immersive experience. Whether it's the grim determination in Laios' eyes or the meticulous care Senshi takes in preparing a monster meal, every frame is crafted with attention to detail. The way shadows and light play across the characters and environments adds depth and realism, making the fantasy world feel tangible and alive. The music, composed by Yasunori Mitsuda and Shunsuke Tsuchiya, further enhances the atmosphere. Their compositions blend traditional fantasy themes with modern twists, creating an auditory experience that complements the visual feast. The soundtrack is both enchanting and lively, perfectly matching the show's adventurous and humorous tone. Trigger's commitment to quality is evident in every aspect of Delicious in Dungeon. From the rich world building to the engaging character dynamics, the series is a testament to the studio's dedication to storytelling and artistry. The way they bring Ryokokui's manga to life is a delight for both fans of the source material and newcomers alike. So, whether you're a fan of fantasy adventures, a foodie at heart, or just looking for a fun and heartwarming series, Delicious in Dungeon has something for everyone. The combination of humor, action, and culinary creativity makes it a unique and enjoyable watch. Dive into this delectable dungeon crawl and get ready for a feast of entertainment. As we wrap up our exploration of the delectable world of Delicious in Dungeon, it's clear that this anime is a must-watch for fans of fantasy, adventure, and culinary creativity. Studio Trigger has crafted a series that captivates with its storytelling and characters while tantalizing our taste buds with mouth-watering food scenes. Delicious in Dungeon isn't just about the destination, but the journey itself. The way Laios and his party navigate the dungeon, their camaraderie, and how cooking monster meals progress their adventure all combine to create a uniquely engaging experience. Each dish they prepare is not just a means to an end, but a way to understand their world better, build relationships, and overcome challenges. The rich animation style and enchanting music add depth to this world, making every episode a visual and auditory feast. Whether it's the perfectly timed humor, the intricate details of the dungeon, or the fascinating cooking techniques, there's something in this anime for everyone to enjoy. What are your thoughts on Delicious in Dungeon? Do you have a favorite character or a dish you're eager to try in your own kitchen? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from you and your ideas for future videos. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more anime content coming your way, and we'd love to hear your suggestions for future videos. Thanks for joining us on this adventure through the dungeons and kitchens of fantasy. May your journeys be as exciting and delicious as those of Laios and his party. Until next time, happy watching and happy eating.